Lady and gentlemen, welcome aboard.
The Stardom Fan
Sorry.
Channel.
All right, today we are reviewing Nagoya Supreme Fight 2022.
Yeah, baby.
The first match is a five-way match number 0, if you will. The dark match, the pre-show match,
The
the
match that
stuff
comes
that
before everything else.
the, the match that gets everyone excited, and it's Momo Kogo versus everybody in Oedo Tai?
Everyone who matters. Wow, it's Saki, Ruaka, Arena, and Fugan Death. Uh,
Oh my god.
and oh my god, in my own head, I'm thinking someone must have messed up the schedule when they put that together. Like they looked at it and like, huh, it's 4 Oedo Tai versus 1 Stars, and she's a rookie. Oh well.
Was funny because we reviewed the show and we're like, we didn't even know this was happening, and then you
Previewed
thought
the
there was a
show.
Waka in there, and then who knows, but then when it ended up happening, we're like, oh, Kogo's coming out. We knew that, and then oh no, she's
Yeah.
fighting everybody, but she
Well,
takes the mic right at the beginning and says, hey, Mr. Rossi, man, can we make this an over the top rope? I feel a little outnumbered.
yeah, and he goes, yeah, sure, no problem.
Get a Momo Kogo. I would have thought, like, if I was in her shoes, I'm saying, hey, Rossi, can I get over the top rope rules? So then when he says yes and the bell rings, I jump my own scared ass over the top rope and I run away from these five girls, right? But not her. She went up to all five of them and goes, just bring it.
Oh, and they brought it because they beat the hell out of this girl and mocked her the whole time. And anytime she would like get out of a submission hold and punch a girl in the face or punch 2 girls in the face, there's always like 3 or 4 girls to punch her back in the face.
Yeah.
There was a
Yeah,
part.
that was basically it. Every time she had a comeback, she beat up two girls, and there was like, 2 more to knock her back down. They are mean bitches. And then they're going for the finish on this. I mean, there's near falls all over the place. So these Uedo Tai, they're trying to pin our Momo Kogo, and she's kicking out of everything. And finally, Ruaka goes to the top rope. Rina's holding down Momo, and then all of a sudden she reverses. She gets Mina off of her, knocks Ruaka to the apron. Rina goes to the apron, and they're trying to hold each other on. Kogo goes ahead, knocks them both off. Kogo's the winner.
She's the winner. Second match, first win.
Our goddess Lady C took way longer to get her first win, and then Lady C is next, going for the Futures title.
First of all, Lady C comes out looking like $1,000,000. You would never know she was injured.
No, not only that, but she was on En Fuego. She came out a little less of her smiling and stuff. She was there with an agenda.
She had her Queen's Quest baseball shirt on. She came out. She was bedazzled her face like she was ready to go.
Once you bedazzle and get those little jewels under the bottom eyelids, you are ready for a fight.
But
The
then
problem was,
she gets out. Yeah, she gets
the
outshined by
problem was,
Hanan
the
just being
16-year-old came out.
Hanan just being Hanan, and not even effortlessly coming out like a superstar.
Yeah, there's a difference between like our goddess Lady C, who of course we love, coming out and trying really hard, and Hanan coming out and just being like, God damn it, that's adorable.
Yeah, no one else should be allowed to call himself a babyface.
No, that's it. Like if you look up babyface in the dictionary, it should just be like, and she's like, I'm looking at the splash art right now. She's pointing to her dimples. Even she knows. Ricky Morton has nothing on her.
That is true. So the match
That's
was
why.
only went 5:57, so it wasn't a long match. But the story was they're going back and forth. It's a good match, but Hanan keeps trying to put her up for German suplex that she does, which she bridges, but she can't. She hits her with it one time, and she can't bridge it. So that extra second, Lady C kicks out.
Yeah, with the back. Yeah, she got her. She got her. She had the bridge for a second or the back gives out. Was that after Hanan's? No,
No, that was before, because Lady
All
C
right.
sees that, capitalizes, hits her with a huge choke slam.
Big choke slam. That was one of the best choke slams Lady C's ever delivered.
Uh-huh.
Hanan went up and went down hard.
Undertaker, take notes.
yes, choke slam little girls. It looks better.
And eventually, Hanan got her suplex, and she bridged it, fought through the pain. 1, 2, 3. And
There was the nearest of near falls though. Before that, Lady C had the win. Was it after the choke slam? Hanan ended up falling to the point where she was under the ropes and ended up saving herself by just being able to do nothing but grab the ropes.
Yeah, and you know what? She didn't have like a referee drop her hand on a rope.
No, sure didn't.
Looking at you, Seth Rollins.
Oh.
And then who comes out but Momo Kogo, fired up from winning basically a 1-on-4 handicap match.
Yeah, it's like Momo, let the adrenaline calm down. Hanan just won, and what are you doing out here?
She didn't even let Hanan Mania run wild for a little bit. Challenges her for the Futures belt, which is.
And Hanan, like the real star she is, says, I want to challenge, I want to accept every challenge of anyone who wants this belt, so of course I accept it from you.
It has nothing to do with maybe a little bit, but there's only like 4 people who could probably fight for it at this point. But you know.
Yeah, well, this is all building up to the Heen Arena, or Hanan and Rena, so, that's what this is all building up to. The sisters fight.
But so that's gonna be awesome. So she celebrates. She basically gets tackled by the rest of the stars. They should have put her up on their shoulders and carried her out like Rudy. but she even poses for the camera with her winner trophy and points at the dimple and walks off. But then something really weird happens, and I don't even know where to start on what's happened next.
Well, 5 women walk out, and the announcer goes crazy, like we're supposed to know who these women are with different colored hair and whatnot, and I don't. But eventually they make it their way to the ring, and they say, we are the Josie Perosu Hardcore Deathmatch Unit Prominence.
And
then they call out Julia.
And I was like, oh god, fuck this, because I hate deathmatch and I hate Joshi. Stardom isn't Joshi, by the way. It's just good old pro wrestling.
Oh yeah, I like how you did that. Like, no, like Stardom is above Joshi.
Yeah,
sort of like Naruto is above Shonen.
Yeah, it's like Pokemon. You wouldn't call that an anime anymore.
It transcended. Basically, it seemed like Julia belonged to this faction, Prominence, and then she left to go to a real wrestling company, and now Prominence is like, oh, we can't sell tickets at whatever company we were at.
Yeah, so apparently Julia left and their company went bankrupt.
These 5 girls were literally had to come out and get the Julia rub. Which hopefully it's nothing stupid where Julia defects, because that would just be dumb.
I mean, that'd be
That's
cool.
the WWE in me that makes me think this is all setting up for Julia to turn on DDM. I'll tell you what, these Prominence ladies, all they did was make me want to see Marvelous again.
And that's impressive. The next match, we got Queen's Quest versus Queen's Quest, Utami and Azumi versus Momo and Starlight, the grudge match.
Oh my god. The SWA titles after that. This paper is so fucking good.
Welcome back to our review, even though we never left.
It's the magic of editing.
You.
You don't even know that we took a 26-hour break.
Azumi and Utami versus Starlight and Momo in the grudge match. And man, if that was supposed to stop a grudge from happening, Utami just looks more pissed.
Yeah, Tom Tommy looks pissed. However, is Azumi's done? Like,
As,
is Azumi supposed to get her revenge for getting a wrench to the face?
yeah, Zumi just looks like she wants to cry.
Yeah. Well, the match started off hot. Queen's Quest was they did the hot start. They jumped them before the bell rang, and you know it's their grudge. They're gonna beat them up, and they controlled a bit of it. Tommy looked really good.
Starlight never touched the mat because every time she would, one of them would just run over and punch her, like kick her in the face.
Yeah, until it was time for her to win.
And then the ref gets knocked outside the ring, as
Oh
will
yeah,
happen,
can't forget that.
and all of the rest of Oedo Tai just gets in the ring, and now it's like a 5 or 6 on 1 to Utami.
Yeah, so I guess in Azumi's defense, she did take everybody's finisher.
And then the greatest Spanish fly you've ever seen.
Yeah, the top rope super Spanish fly. It's so scary when you see the girls up there, but they landed it perfectly. Starlight pins Azumi. 1, 2, 3, clean-ish in the middle. And then she basically, they get the microphone, and Starlight says, we have no use for you guys anymore. This is over.
Yeah, I'm almost like, you don't have the red belt, Tommy. Like, what? Get out of my ring.
Yeah, and then they started fighting each other, and that was brutal looking. They might not really like each other.
You'd think with something called the grudge match, that'd be pretty obvious. But they
Yeah,
made it even clearer.
but that was good. All right.
It's turning into it was a grudge match. It looked like Momo versus Azumi, and now it's the grudge match Utami versus all 18 Oedo Tai.
Oh yeah, well that's what it turned into. I mean, it looked like it was going to be like Queen's Quest trying to get revenge, but it's just going to be the last woman standing is going to be Utami versus the world until Utami joins. She's like, you know what? Fuck you guys. I'm joining too.
Yeah, she looked pretty good in black.
Yeah, well, she's halfway there. She can still keep the red accents.
Thekla versus Mina SWA, baby. So that was a good match. Is that surprising? Is there ever a bad match?
No, no. I mean, if there was anything to be said about it, is that I think I was so hyped up for it that it was almost slightly let down. I don't know what I was expecting, but it was exactly the type of match they should have had. Really.
If Mina wasn't in it, I probably would have hated it. Thekla's already like at a 12, and she brought it up to a 15. I'm like, you gotta take whatever kind of downers that Momo's on.
Yeah, they came out, and Thekla, when she first debuted, she was cranked up to a 14 out of 10 and crazy personality, and then she dialed it down to a 12, which made it manageable, and then pay-per-view Thekla is right back up to 15. She is on fire,
and
pretty back and forth, very hard hitting. They did a slap fight that ended up giving Mina's the old H bombs getting all bruised up and
yeah,
broken capillaries.
Yeah, Rossi can't be too happy with that.
No, there was
you don't damage the moneymakers.
And Thekla ended up finishing with her move. It was like a double arm twisting Cody Rhodes type of move. I'm sure she's won with it once or twice. I have to go back in the notes to figure out what the actual name of that is. That's it. We have a new SWA champion, and her name is Thekla, the Toxic Spider.
Coming up next, we got Hazuki and Koguma versus Mai Himi, and ref screws Mai Himi out of the title, out of the championship. Blocks the camera so that you don't clearly see, even with him blocking the camera, you clearly see Micah or Himika jump like 3 feet in the air, getting like her shoulder up. Didn't even care about the match. Good match when Koguma was getting beat up.
Honestly, it was a good match.
Literally, except for when Koguma was tagged in.
I agree. Himika gives her the clothesline from hell on the Koguma, folds her over, drops her on her head, and Koguma has the wherewithal to roll up Himika. And Himika, we will prove beyond a shadow of a doubt, gets her shoulder up, and the ref fucked her.
You got one job. Watch my shoulders. See how they're up? Dumbass ref.
How cool is Suzuki, though?
Suzuki's pretty cool. Saya versus Unagi for the white belt.
The match that we never knew we needed until they told us we needed it.
And welcome back, even though we never left.
Again.
Saya versus Unagi. Oh my god, these girls don't like each other.
For the Wonder of Stardom title. The white belt. No, I'll tell you what I wasn't expecting. A street fight? That's all Saya did was get bounced off her head, kicked in the head, flapjacked, and like Saya got beat up. But then, I mean, there was a couple of good receipts just fine too. I tell you.
Yeah, and usually like I don't know, they'll like slap each other back and forth, or they're trying to like I'm gonna set up my move, so I'll like punch you or throw or do. There was no like what do you call it, like Irish whips or anything. Saya was just like, yeah, let me just kick you in the neck until you go where I told you to.
Yeah, this is a great pay-per-view. I mean, every match has been completely different, and this isn't exactly what I was expecting out of these girls until they started trading blows and pulling hair out. And I remember the event after the Lady C injury where it looked like they really didn't like each other. So
Yeah,
possible they really don't like each other.
and I'm probably gonna have up on YouTube a frame by frame of Saya doing her Phoenix Splash and hitting all of it. Because you know sometimes you watch a move back in slow motion in wrestling, it doesn't look as good, and then sometimes you watch it and you're like, Jesus Christ, why isn't she getting taken out on a stretcher?
Yeah, for the finish, Saya goes up for her Phoenix Splash, and she's first of all, the move is crazy, and she looks better than Kota Ibushi doing it, and when she lands, she always lands perfectly. It looks brutal, but it's probably safe. Not this time. Oh, she overshot her knees first. She probably undershot, huh? And then her knees end up landing on Unagi first, and then she sort of splashes on her. Oh, it was brutal. But with that, we get the 1-2-3, which does go back as we're watching this match. We're like, the winner is going to be the person who's not knocked out. Like, literally knocked out. And so that might have been what happened. What looked like the real doctor ran out and everything. Like, that move looked brutal. And Unagi walked out. They did a little angle at the end. And chances are she has got the wind knocked out of her. But it was good. And glad to see, actually, as Saya, after the brawl, extends her hand. Unagi will have none of it. Slaps the hand away. Starts pulling the hair. And hopefully we get a rematch eventually between these two.
Something I forgot to say about that match, it's like no one can say, like I used to like say like as a compliment, like Saya's pure sports entertainment. But then I'm like, you cannot say that she can't. She will kick your ass if she wants to. It's Mayu versus Julia.
There's blood all over.
There's blood everywhere. It's a time limit draw. My goodness.
They both get the rights for the. So, oh, you know what? At the beginning of the thing, they said it was either going to be one day or the other day. So they're both going to get a chance to fight. Fucking Shuri's gonna have to do double duty. She's fighting these girls back-to-back nights. That's not fair.
The part where they're fighting outside and Mayu's gonna tombstone Julia, and she starts stepping over away from the padding, and Julia's like, nope, 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 nope. Gets out of it.
She bailed out of that one. That's for damn sure.
Whole match back and forth, like, well, not more back and forth, more like Julia beating down Mayu getting crazy face and hitting Tam. Why do I keep? Because Tam's just on the brain today. He keeps hitting Julia really hard in the face. That's why Tam's on the brain. Mayu goes up, hits her moonsault, knee hits Julia right in the chin, busts her up like crazy, and they start headbutting back and forth as like time expires.
Yeah, like legit looking headbutts. Like you don't need to do that. Oh man, he's good. Another match. There's a lot outside. There's a lot of good wrestling. There's a lot of big moves, but Mayu and Julia, 30 minutes. It doesn't feel like 30 minutes when these two are fighting. They are fantastic.
I'm gonna say something. This match, my opinion, better than Mayu and Julia. You take the star power out of it, it's a way better wrestling match.
Yeah, that's true. And it flowed back. It probably was the best match of the night because even the white belt match, it was basically just the same spots over and over again. You kick me, I'll kick you. Big move, big move. All right, now we trade blows again. But yeah, this one told the story. There was some near falls. Mariah's wrestling was great. Got a lot of her stuff in. I think she even probably got into her finish, and Mariah kicked out of the buzzsaw kick, where Shuri ended up having to win with her version of what looks like a one-winged angel.
Well, I wouldn't even say she kicked out. It was more like when you get knocked out, and like you've watched a UFC fight, and the guy gets knocked out, and he starts grabbing the ref like just out of instinct. I think she was like knocked out on her feet.
Oh, I watched at the beginning of this again just to have something running in the background, and so they start the match off sort of like a UFC fight would start, and Shuri's throwing kicks, and Mariah checks the first one with her leg, and then Mariah blocks the second one with her arm, and that one landed. She's like, "Oh,
there's a great
note
spot.
to self: do not block kicks with my arm." Because Shuri's kicks are pretty awesome.
There's a great spot where Mariah catches one of Shuri's kicks that she was aiming for her gut, and then she just like hunches over in pain, like ow, and just falls down.
That spot is brilliant because you never see that. It's like, of course you're gonna catch a kick, but no, she caught the kick. But obviously, when you catch a kick, it's still landing in the breadbasket, right? Boom. So yeah, she still gets the wind knocked out of her and fucking crumbles. That was amazing. Like the only people that should beat her is either Utami or Lady C.
Oh, I figured she was just keeping the belt warm for one of the two. I think it might be like a ladies like a agreement where, all right, whoever gets to her first, it's like, okay, we'll both beat Shuri, well, I'll be like the world champ, and then you get the first title shot type of deal.
This doesn't have to land on the thing, but I do like the way you did that. Because I think I find myself doing that too, because this is all female wrestling, so you got to sort of change the pronouns. Like instead of a gentleman's agreement, you call it a ladies' agreement. Like usually, they had a gentleman's agreement. They had a ladies' agreement. I like it. Does this make us feminists?
You heard it here first, folks, from your number two top feminists in America, maybe the world.
Who starts a site on girl power?
Nagoya. So, yeah, we're feminists. We like watching ladies kick each other in the face. For progress.
Rio, go. Yeah, progress.
This was Nagoya Supreme Fight 2022 Stardom 11th Anniversary Show Review.
Hey, real quick, plug StardomFan.com. We'll have results and stuff like that. And subscribe, would you?
Yeah, subscribe and go to StardomFan.com where we have results and stuff like that.
We have results and pictures where we have more of the same.
And scheduling, if you want to know when the shows are, and statistics. In case you wanted to know, we got it all. We got win-loss records, win percentage, who wrestled who, how long a champion's been a champion, all of them.
Did you know that Starlight has not won a match in all of January, or did she win today?
Except
today.
Did you know that Starlight hasn't won a match since I've been watching all of January, because this is February. We're recording this now.
Arrivederci.
Check it out.
Rio Kokokokokokuma.
Rigo Goku Kiki Ga no.
世界